Previously on Game News Live. PlayStation boss won't say if the next God of War will be PS4 too. At that point,
very strange.
I just don't see something like a AAA game like this coming out anytime soon to the point where PS4 is still relevant. You know what I mean?
Okay. So God of War Ragnarok, which is going to be the next one. This is a first-party Sony game. Sony is still... They're still in this mindset of like 20 years ago where they need really good first-party games in order to sell consoles. Mm-hmm. That's why they release all these great games, which they're great. Like God of War, the first one from 2018 was an awesome game. Like that's the reason they do this though is just to sell consoles. So them being very cryptic about this and saying we have nothing to announce at this time kind of thing, that kind of points to the fact that it might not even release on the PS4 because they want to sell you a PS5.
Right.
Like this is their entire scheme right here. They're saying you should be buying a PS5. Like, so we probably won't sell it on the PS4 then. But the PS4 has such a huge consumer base. It would be, I mean, they would still like Sony makes all of their money off video game licensing.
Right.
Like video game licenses sell like that's what makes Sony all their money. It's not the console. The PS5 only makes Sony like $5. But the games, the licensing on the games is what actually makes their money. So it would still be good for them to keep this on the PS4. But maybe the game is just going to be so crazy and over the top and big and fancy and everything like that, and that it's only going to be functioning on the PS5.
Well, there's just so much you can do between PS4 and PS5 or just that generation of graphics that you know damn well for PS5 they're trying to tout the fact that it could do so many things, right? For PS4, load times are already a negative, right? You're still having to deal with a load time that you probably cut into a fraction on a PS5. But then graphics wise, they need something to catch your attention to be like, I need a PS5 for this. I need it.
There's not, like currently the load times are really the big difference makers in the two. Right. So like if you're playing like Spider-Man or Miles Morales or something like that, you can tell there's absolutely a visual difference in the two games. It's level of detail mainly, like more reflections, more shadows.
Well, I just don't think you're gonna see
the leaves on the tree.
I don't think you're gonna see a lot of difference between the PS4 and the PS5 until way later when people have gotten used to developing for the games to where they can squeeze out the very edge of consoles, right?
Absolutely. Like right now, the point I was making is you can see the difference in the games. So like Spider-Man. Yeah, it looks way better on the PS5 than it does on the PS4. The frame rates are faster. The load times are what you're buying right now.
Right.
The load times are so good that that's what you're paying for. But yeah, no, like Ghost of Tsushima is probably the best looking game on the PS4. It looks outstanding, and it came out 6 years after the PS4 launched. Like they at this point, Sucker Punch learned all the little nuances of the PS4, and they created a game that looks amazing and it loads super fast, and it just has an awesome production value. So 6 years from now, whenever GTA 6 might be coming out, maybe then we'll start to really see what people can squeeze out of the PS5 and the Series X and stuff like that. But for right now, it's just fast one time. Like even if God of War Ragnarok comes out on the PS4, you're not going to be missing out. You're just going to want that 5-second load time, not a minute.
And the big attraction about any God of War is just the story. The story is the main attraction there, I think.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely. The gameplay is solid in God of War. It always has been. Like even back in the PlayStation 2 days, it's solid, and they revamped it with this one. So the camera's behind Kratos now. It's not like an overhead or anything like that. It's good. The gameplay is good, but I don't know. For me personally, I was all curious just on the story, just to be like, why is Kratos in the North now with Vikings and the Norse gods and all that crap? Like, what's going on? I got the story out of it. It was a fun game. The gameplay was rock solid. That was a really good game. It's just, I was more invested in the story and the setting and everything like that.
Especially like it being a single player game. I could see where COD would have no visual difference except for like ray tracing or whatever on a PS5 version instead of PS4 version. That's it.
True. Modern Warfare from last year, I played it on the PS4. That's a beautiful game. Like even console guy here, that was a stunning game.
Yeah, it looks amazing. You can tell where the mocap has just come to a level of, in some scenes of Modern Warfare, you almost get to that. Is this real or is this, because the lighting is just done so well, the motion capture is done so well.
The lighting and those, it sucks to say this because you're hindering the scene in general, but those like night vision levels, like when you're going through that house, it was like, dude, this could be real. Because you weren't paying attention to all the nuances of a video game scene. It was just, you were like, it was green and shades of black. But even that, you were just like, holy crap, dude, this looks like real life.
Right.